from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
Let's get on to our next game. Since we in the H, and they went and they were underdog against Tulsa. Tulsa was a good team, but this was a prime example of, hey man, it ain't all about the level of competition that you play, the tougher games. So we got Houston as a 6.5 favorite right now, taking on Tulane. But this Tulane squad is pretty good. I've seen them play a couple of times. This line actually opened up in favor of Houston minus 3.5. Right now, excuse me. That's the first half line. But it did open up that low, though, when I first, So it opened up at -3 because I remember looking at it when the lines opened. Right now, that line's at -6.5. Houston, the only loss they had this year is against Texas Tech. They're 4-1 on the year and 3-2 against the spread, which in actuality, they were beating Texas Tech game 1, 21-7 at half, and they just fell apart. Or Texas Tech, give them credit. They found something. And they made those adjustments they have, like great coaches do. I always say it's all about second half adjustments. And they came back and beat Houston. So that's the only loss they have in the year. Tulane, Greenway, 1-4 on the year, 2-3. They're actually a pretty good 1-4 team. Let's get to these injuries reports, see if there's anybody major injured right now. So Carter, running back, he's been with U of H for a while now. He is questionable. He did play a little bit in the second half of last week's game. Fulbright, he is injured out for the season, so he's been out. Now, this is very important. Rogers, the cornerback for U of H, he is out for the first half because he got out second half last week due to a targeting call. Tulane, again, another one of those teams that didn't put the deal down, the injury report. So you guys got to look on Twitter or whatever like I do on game day. But Tulsa got whooped 45-10 on U of H last week on national television, while Tulane got drugged by Eastern Carolina 52-29.
Crazy.
Get to these actual factuals. U of H, they're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games, 12-4-1 against the spread in the last 17 games against Tulane, 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games on the road, 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing on the road against Tulane. And they are 9-4 straight up in the last 13 games played in the month of October. Tulane, 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. They oversee 5 out of the last 6. They're 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 against Houston. 10-2 against the spread in the last 12 games at home. 2-6 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing at home against Houston. And they are 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against opponent in the West Division. Tulane versus Houston. Flat top. Typically, I'll let you start off, but since Marley from the H, I got to let him take this one first. Marley, go ahead. What you think about this one?
Hey, you know who I'm riding with. H-Time, baby. Riding with them Cougs, man. Simply because let me go to my notes real quick. And both of these teams is averaging over 30 points a game, but the difference is, and it could be strength of schedule, but the Cougars are giving up only 15 points per game. Meanwhile, Tulane's giving up 40. And I'm saying strength of schedule, but I mean, outside of Ole Miss, Tulane ain't really played nobody neither. And then that blowout by ECU really leaves a sour taste in my mouth because I don't think ECU is that good of a team.
Well, they lost to OU too. Oh, did you say OU or Ole Miss?
No, I don't count the Ole Miss. Ole Miss is supposed to blow them out. Right, I said ECU.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To get blown out by ECU, I don't think ECU is that good of a team. Not to be blowing them out. You know, if you lose a tough game, you lose a tough game. But to get blown out by 23.3 touchdowns by ECU, even though you were on the road, I don't like that. I do like what I saw out of U of H in Tulsa. I thought Tulsa was a tough out. I saw them play against Ohio State, and I can't remember who else they played that was ranked, and they played them really good. Toon, he's played pretty decent football. He hasn't played bad football. 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It's not the best. QBR is 66.2. But I like the Cougs on the road. I like the points. I mean, not the points. I like the overs, what I was trying to say, because I think there will be points, and that's where I'm gonna go. I don't want to give up a touchdown. 6.5, too many points for me on the road. But I think the Cougars should win this game. I lean Cougs. I lean over. Honestly, I don't have an official play.
You don't. Okay.
Don't. That's an official. I lean over. I like the Cougs. I want to take the Cougs -6, but I haven't pulled the trigger.
Flat Tire, you seen how he did me? I skipped you from going first, so he can go first, just to say, hey, I ain't got no play for this.
Give me the Cougs -6.5, man. I'm gonna go with my convictions.
All right. See that peer pressure? Flat Top, go ahead, Flat Top. What you got?
Yeah, so for this one, I like the Cougars as well. I think you guys were talking about that loss to Texas Tech, where they actually started out the gates and were beating a pretty good Texas Tech team. So for that reason, I like it's probably 3.5 for the first half. I think Houston will go in there, even without their starting cornerback in that first half. I think they'll put up points because Tulane's been giving up a lot of points, hence the ECU game. I think first half, they'll be up by the 3.5, 4 that they need. So for that reason, I'm rocking with the Cougars first half, whatever their spread is.
4, probably.
Yeah, I would think it's probably 4.
Coach, you need me to stay on the lines?
Say it again. No. I got the line. I know the line. The line is -3.5.
Okay.
So,
big dog. First half is 3.5. Oh yeah. That makes
first half is 3.5. So you like that first half, Flat Top?
I like the first half. I think they'll take care of business in the first half. So, if anything, Tulane's giving up a lot of points, even if they do get into a shootout in the first half. So, yeah, I'd like Houston first half, 3.5, and then I also that over for first half probably like 30, 20, whatever the over is for first half as well. Just because the fact that they don't have that cornerback in, maybe Tulane gets some shots, taking advantage of that targeting call from last week. So both official plays, first half spread and the first half over for me.
Okay.
That's how Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Mic check.
You clear?
Oh, it kept saying you. It kept repeating you on my end. Kept saying okay, but okay. My bad.
That's me.
Get back to it. All right.
That's me saying that. Hey, that's me saying that.
But you saying it that many times? Okay. Anyways, we are live, folks. So forgive us. Good point. I like you. I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know I like Houston first half as well, and Houston full game -6.5. Here's why. Houston got a defense. Houston has a great defense. They got a great defense. That boy Toon, quarterback, he's been in the program for almost 5 years. He was there when Herman was there, and he's now there with Hogerson. He is a veteran quarterback in college. Tulane, they don't play good ball in the first half. They play good ball in the second half. So hopefully Houston, with that defense, will score. You know, Houston's a good team. They are a half away from being undefeated right now and being in the top 25. But the defense is stout. That Tulsa team that they beat, they're a really good team. And they just shut them out, man. I mean, it was bad. So I like Houston first half for this one, -3.5, and I like them full game to cover.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from